Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jan Boydston. I am a children's author. You can find me online. My brother and I wrote a book called Finding Socksville, but I also read children's books online. And it's because I read children's books after I retired in public school, and I love to see a child relate to the characters that are in the book. So, this is a lovely book. I found this at my library. It's called My Best Friend, and it's by Pat Hutchins. Let's see what it says. I've read it already, and I thought it was a sweet book. Do you have a best friend? Do you think there's some things that your friend can do better than you? But then there may be some things that you can help your friend do that she can't do herself. So, she or he. This is my best friend, and I'm showing you this page because look at all the paints and everything that they have out. I like to paint myself, so I thought it was great that these friends have their paints out. Turning a few pages here to get to the main part of the book. Okay, my best friend, look. Looks like the best friend is coming over to her house, right? My best friend is coming to spend the night. I'm glad she's my best friend. Do you have a best friend? I do have best friends, and they're very special in my life. My best friend knows how to run faster. Her best friend runs faster than she does. And climb higher. Look, they're climbing a tree, and her best friend's already to the top. That's kind of the way my brother was. He climbed trees so well, and I really didn't climb trees all that well. And jump farther than anyone. I'm so glad she's my best friend. Look, both of them are jumping. You know, when you get with your best friend, you love doing all kind of things together. That's one of the great thrills of having a best friend. My best friend can eat spaghetti with a fork and doesn't drop any on the table. Look, she's swirling it around on a fork and she doesn't drop any on the table. And yet she kind of drops a lot on the table. My best friend knows how to paint good pictures and doesn't get finger marks on the paper. Look how beautiful her best friend's sailboat is. And she's kind of made a mess with hers. But you know, it's nice to have a best friend that you can look up to and do things with. My best friend knows how to tie her shoelaces. Look, she can tie her own shoelaces. And the other little girl kind of needs her mother to help her tie shoelaces. You know, when I read in public school, the children I read to always needed their shoelaces tied. I don't know what that was about, but they always did. And she also knows how to do up her buttons on her pajamas. You know, she's spending the night, so she's putting her pajamas on and she knows how to do all the buttons herself. And yet, the friend's mother kind of needs to help her do her buttons. My best friend knows how to read. I'm so glad she is my best friend. Looks like they're going to bed for the night, and her best friend can read a book to her. That's pretty cool. My best friend thinks there's a monster in the room. Did you ever do that? I used to think there was one under my bed. So her best friend also thinks there's a monster in the room. But I know that there isn't. So her best friend's really frightened. I know it's only the wind blowing the curtains. Her best friend has put the covers, the quilt up over her head. And yet, the girl who owns the house, that's always looked up to her best friend, knows it's just the wind blowing the curtains. And I know if I close the window, the curtains won't blow. So look, now the best friend is barely putting her head out from under the quilt. And her other friend that owns the house is closing the window so her best friend won't be afraid anymore. I'm glad you're my best friend, says my best friend. So, see, even though she could do her own shoelaces and eat spaghetti without dropping it on the table and run faster and climb higher, she was afraid and didn't know what to do. But her friend did. Her friend knew there was no monster in the room and that all she had to do is close the window. So that's pretty neat. Best friends. Now, there's something I want to read that's on the inside jacket here. You know, this is called the inside jacket of the book. And listen to this, and then we'll be finished. A best friend who runs faster, climbs higher, and jumps farther than anyone else is a good best friend to have. Particularly if that same best friend can paint splendid pictures and even read. But if that best friend occasionally gets frightened and needs comfort and reassurance, well, that's what best friends are for. I got this at my public library. It may be at your public library. All of you that listen to me know I love reading books with culturally diverse characters in them, so that every child sees themselves in the book they read. I found that children enjoy learning the words in the story if they see someone like themselves within the book. So this is Pat Hutchins' book, My Best Friend. You may want to pick this one up. I hope y'all have a great evening. I'm going to see if I can end this stream. And thank you so much for listening to me today. Of course, I'm on YouTube now by Finding Socksville site, which is the name of our book. I also have a business page for that same name, and I do give away a free book every month from a drawing. So if you want to enter the drawing or message me about that, I would love to get you in the drawing and send you a free autographed copy of my book. So I hope y'all have a great day and a great weekend. Take care. Bye.